All right, guys, welcome back. Here we are for another one. This time, tonight I'm going to try and focus on maybe some of the lives that Trisha was involved in that she kind of, I don't know if you want to say, got some glee in trying to ruin, etc. I can show you evidence for admitting and kind of threatening people on that front, etc., etc. But this one, I'm going to take special notice, and there could be two parts to this because it's a lot to go over. This is when she was dating Jason Nash. And I just found some interesting things. When you dig into this stuff, you find some. So I'm going to start out and then highlight these stories. I'm going to use her own words. I'm not going to rely on anything else but the things that she says, which are questionable to say the least. And so let me start out here, and I'll just show you. This is apparently in her vehicle. She's on the way to the house. She gives us a little insight into just issues with trust, etc., and how both apparently this is different. And I'll just let it roll.
To not always feel like you're about to be cheated on.
Oh, great! Are you kidding me?
Well, he's on your sixth.
You cannot make this stuff up. Well, at least you see that, it's non-skippable, ads here. Liberty Mutual, you owe me a coffee or something. Yeah, whatever. Oh my God, you're kidding me. It is what it is. Okay.
And looking for your new friend. That's just my biggest insecurity in relationships. It always has been. I know temptation and I know guys like attention, but he said something to me yesterday. I'm just like spilling all of it. He doesn't care.
Biggest insecurities, in the relationship.
That he's like
eating.
I was listening to his podcast and I knew this too because sometimes at the party I saw girls like putting their hands on him and like being really touchy and stuff. And he's just like, just so you know, like that does nothing for me. He's like, I don't like get off.
Listen. What I find nuts about this, and again, I would love it too for you guys to tell me what you think. This is a person that talks about being jealous and having jealousy and people running around, and then hashtag my OnlyFans. To go check me out on my OnlyFans, and it seems so controlling to say that she should be allowed to basically sell herself on an app, doing all kinds of X-rated things for men to watch and enjoy, and yet she's got jealousy issues.
From it, I don't even like it because I just don't know what to do. It makes me uncomfortable. And I was like, that means so much because a lot of guys are like, well, they love the attention and you can tell, and I wouldn't blame somebody.
Again, they love the attention, you can tell.
Attention's attention. Like, I wouldn't blame someone if they like, the attention and, but people act on those impulses out here, and it's just become like a norm of LA to cheat and just be in open relationships and just hook up with who you feel like hooking up with and then there's rules like as long as you're not in love with them or go on dates or kiss them on the lips or something, and it's just I'm just too.
How she generalizes too is like as long as you don't go out on dates with them or kiss them on the lips or whatever. Like I'm sure some people maybe feel that way, but I don't think everyone in California agrees with that statement.
Jealous, and I'll always be jealous. It's not even an insecurity. I guess it's an insecurity kind of because I'm a jealous person, but there's other things plays on my other insecurities. And yeah. You guys.
Look, she kind of like forgets, like it's like she's run out of shit to say. And then
this flashlight comes on all the time. I gotta get a new phone too because it was one of my perks on my trishyland.com, which is an 18+ website. Check it out.
I'm telling you, this is the irony here, is that she's sitting here spending all this time talking about jealousy, and then she plugs our 18+ website and grins and like all. Again, anybody here see the irony or the hypocrisy? Or it's okay if I show my naked self to complete strange men, they can do whatever to it. But you, even if you're acting or whatever, if a girl touches your arm, we got problems.
Secret link. I'm going to have a new phone line just for those people, those patrons. And there's
think about that for a minute. 18+ website. Now she's going to have a separate phone line So now people can call it, what is this, phone sex? What's going on? Why would you do an 18 plus thing and then give a phone line to the people that are subscribing to your 18 plus? There's only one reason why they're in there. If you're promoting it as you're doing 18 plus stuff and you're her. What do you think is going to happen on the phone? Remember, this all started out with her talking about how, she's jealous.
A few people actually, only a few, which is fine because it's a higher tier on purpose to kind of like make it more exclusive. But because we verify on the first of the months, like just payment and stuff like that, it takes up to 5 days, up to the 5th to get verified. It's getting around that time. I don't know when you guys are gonna see.
Again, it's nuts to me how she tries to hold these beliefs at the same time. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry,
that, like that stuff. Like, like what is?
Hilarious. Cool. What else? That's pretty much it. I think you guys are all caught up. But yeah, like I said, I barely vlogged anything of the dry ice, and I didn't vlog anything.
And I'll tell you something else that that I've learned by watching so much of this content. It's overwhelming. But like things that she'll say, like when she's recording herself, like in these scenarios, and she's dropped little lines of, well, sorry, I just didn't want to be alone while I'm doing this, and I wanted company while I'm doing that. It's like, you do understand this is a camera that you're speaking into. And from my knowledge, especially these that she uploads to YouTube, it's not like she's got a live chat room for people watching her live. She's recording this and then uploading it. So she thinks a camera is like somebody sitting in the passenger seat. The attachment formed, and she's not the only one I've seen do this, like the attachment formed of thinking that a camera full of a bunch of strangers watching you, because I'm going to be honest, I appreciate all the support here. You guys have been awesome, but I don't know any of you. I'm not going to pretend like I know any of you. None of you guys are coming to my funeral or going to dog sit Alfie for me. That's not happening. So again, you appreciate the support and makes you feel good that you're doing something that people enjoy watching, but I'm not looking at y'all riding bitch with me down to, at a road trip to go see my family.
Obviously with his kids. And honestly, it's kind of nice too, I guess, just to have that balance. Like I kind of wish I could vlog literally everything. But like I said, sometimes I just like either my camera dies or like I don't know, like I'm beyond not feeling comfortable. Like anybody in our like friend group like doesn't mind being on camera because we're all YouTubers and a lot of them are vloggers. So like, and actually I wish
well, that's your first problem. I mean, having all your friend group as the vloggers and stuff. Why would you? I'd want to have a couple people separate out of it. I mean, because all these people gossip and will sell your story to the highest bidder to get clicks. I wouldn't trust a damn soul.
Where it's like, what are we doing? Are we official? Are we boyfriend, girlfriend? Are we exclusive? And I've only had that talk like with one person. Well, no, I've had that talk with multiple people, and I've only gone somewhat successful with one person. A lot of guys just don't like to they're like, I don't like to put labels, I don't like to commit, I don't like the title boyfriend, girlfriend. Like they'll like come up with excuses. So it was actually like, it's kind of my first quote unquote official like boyfriend, girlfriend, because I guess
now she's saying is that Jason Nash is her first official quote unquote boyfriend, girlfriend. But if you listen to right before that, she was talking about there was somebody else, I guess she guesses. But she's so space-aged out there with how she rambles on that she'll contradict herself from one sentence to the next. It's nuts.
But my first boyfriend introduced me as his girlfriend, but like he was the biggest cheater of them all, so it literally meant nothing.
Yeah, there she talks about it. First person ever, biggest cheater of them all. It meant literally nothing. I think that's the guy that I have ran into trying to do some of this research that literally did the video basically in tears of like, I've never been anything but supportive. And then she, I think, dragged him through quicksand. Now, I don't want to speak too much on that one because I literally just rented that one video about it, but it seemed, he seemed kind of ruined at that moment.
Because he's like, well, he made it seem like we were exclusive. That first one was real manipulative. He made it seem like I was the only one and I was exclusive. And then when I started catching him cheating, he's like, well, I was away and I didn't have you. Or like, he'd say like,
sorry. I'll have to look more into that. I don't, this person makes it really hard to believe anything they say.
I'm back at Access Hollywood. Jason's my +1 today.
Oh yeah, this is where she drags this guy. All this will come back to me, and I do apologize because you watch so much stuff, you have to kind of rewatch it. And I'm boosting the audio up here. Love this little add-on. Some of these YouTubes are low, but this is where she makes these passive aggressive digs at him. And I do read y'all's comments, and I do have read a couple where it said, he was probably not the best for her, or was toxic to her, and she accused him of saying she was fat. But remember, she's also accused Ethan of saying she is fat. So it seems like there's this, it's repetition. It seems like she can degrade and say insulting things or make low blows at people and insult them all day long. Right. And then that's supposed to be counted as humor. But if someone says something to her in the same breath, right, in the same paragraph in this conversation, then they're degrading her and a horrible human being and all that. So again, she can dish it, but she can't take it. And I don't know if that's everything that's happened in this relationship, but I pulled this clip because of I wonder if I can close caption. These closed captions are hard to keeping up with her. But she's right here talking about how she's at Access Hollywood and like he was her +1. I don't know. I'll let her say it.
Till my next boyfriend comes with me on Access Hollywood.
Till my next boyfriend comes with. Now, I don't think it says DMX there. It's what, but do you see what I mean? Like if he were to have said this to her, like, yeah, I'm going to bring you to the, this party or whatever till my next girlfriend comes with, she would do that whole stare and, lost for words and can't believe you said that to her. But she does this all the time to this one guy.
My +1 today. Till my next boyfriend comes with me on Access Hollywood.
Oh my God, that is so rude. I don't think you know what you're saying right now.
And then she just kind of shrugs it off. Just kind of shrugs it off like, whatever, like, oh, your feelings are hurt, toughen up. But yet she's the biggest crying, whining, like, feel sorry for me because someone has said something in passing person, one of the biggest ones on YouTube. I think I'm going to start venturing out my content as well. There's a lot. There are a few people like this on these platforms where they get narcissistic or they think they're better than, and then they think they should be able to do whatever the hell they want to do. But if the tables are turned on them, they'll do everything in the world they can and use every bit of their audience to try and get canceled. I've noticed that shit. And that shit goes on in the music, is Hollywood. It goes on here in YouTube. It is branched in here in this YouTube world. It is pretty mind-blowing.
About something. And I think you're going to look back on this in a couple days and go, oh, you know what?
Look at her face.
I was wrong.
See, look at her face. He's trying to tell her, I think you were just so rude right there. I think you're going to go look back on. Look at her face. She's like, no, I feel no remorse. Again, remember, this is the person crying about why she's been canceled now.
A couple days and go, oh, you know what? I was wrong.
Definitely unlikely in that situation.
It has happened.
It has, and I
definitely unlikely in that situation. This person has become a millionaire, for people in YouTube or in her AdSense and sponsors and all this for this shit. Well, I don't think she realizes is these times are a changing. People don't appreciate this shit anymore. People don't like to watch someone steamroll over someone and then not be able to take jokes, or even if they're walking that line. Then that's the issue here. Again, let me try and separate. If she was just kind of hurting herself, and I'll have to look in more of that avocado guy, because he's been brought up a couple times in my research as well. It's kind of the thing where she stood him up, led me into his life. But from what I understand, that dude is only hurting himself. It's not good, okay? But he's doing it to himself. Like, he's not going on into these mukbangs, then dragging half the content creators. Again, I could be wrong, guys. I've not seen a lot, but from what I've seen, he will talk about things like in general or whatever. The difference with her and why I'm doing these videos about her is that she hurts so many people around her and then will feign victim, or all this shit she does in the past, where I showed that video on my last upload where she went on that radio show and did that thing about Ethan and the Tourette's. And literally, this is like within the last damn month and a half, something like that she did that, brought him up again and started talking about how he called her all these names and shit. But then the litany of videos she has done where she's mocked people and dragged them or made fun of their mental illness or all this other stuff. But yet somebody says something to her and they're fat shaming, or they're trying to humiliate her, or they're mocking her. again, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. You get the point.
I guarantee this is not one of those situations.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't.
And George was like,
They're sitting in the basically the green room with Access Hollywood having this conversation, and he's saying, I think you're going to regret that. No, not this time. He's like, I didn't do anything wrong. And you know how big of a mouth this mofo has. You don't think she would say right now, well, you blah 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 this in the car, or you blah blah that, and the really.
So we're at Access Hollywood, and
that's what she does. Immediately tries to change the topic because that's what she does. When he says, I didn't do anything, and then she shuts up. Again, we're talking about somebody that's capable of talking about everyone, family, friends, teachers, doesn't matter. You're freaking her audience. She doesn't care. We'll see again. I'm going to skip around here and prove, look at this thing, prove a couple points here, what she's kind of how she is.
You know, I'm not an easy person to date, and I always had said this, that like I am.
Well, that's where she says, I'm not an easy person to date. And so again, there are these little glimmers in her life where I think she tries to like I don't know, has like little glimpses of honesty maybe, but it will, and then you're like, well, maybe she, but no, don't even waste your time. Because I'm telling you, I did this shit about 3 weeks ago where I stumbled on a video. I thought she was being kind of genuine. I thought, you know what? I'll do a short video and say, if she could find this person or behave like that. She didn't even allow me the time to down throw something together before she was already doing the same old shit. So this is why she is staying in the cancel category, because she does have no regrets. She uses people to try and get something out of that situation. She doesn't care about them. She doesn't care about any of these things. She's trying to use their situations to make herself look better, period. Everybody knows it. But that's
besides from being like just like all out there on the internet, like I do a lot of things that people don't agree with in my professions, whether it be on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that she's talking,
whether it be on the page.
I think that she's talking about her 18 plus stuff right there.
Patreon, whether it just be my opinions or my past, even comes back to bite me so much.
See, she'll always do this. But remember, and this video was done 2018, where she's like, my past. Again, that's another thing. Infuriates me how much she talks about her past, my past. This is not, bitch. This is last week is not your past. You ain't fooling anyone. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to show you this one because look, I pulled up this one right here. There's a couple things I'm going to show you here that was a little eye-opening. Just the right one? Maybe not.
Yeah. Trade me in for a younger model now.
She says, are you going to trade me in for a new model? Now, if you weren't recording every aspect of your life and you just said that to your boyfriend, people would laugh and chuck it up or whatever. But there's some kind of obsession with her with recording everything she does. That's why so many people have so much material to go back and call out her hypocrisy of shit she's trying to say now and shit she said 3 weeks ago and shit she said 3 months ago. And it's like this whole litany of a timeline of her contradicting herself, mocking people, and then getting mad because people do it to her. She's provided the evidence. And so that's what that's why it's so easy to find. But, and by the way, you can't delete 1,300 videos. So many people have recorded, uploaded your content because you've been pissing the people off for so long that it's out there, girl. Once you put it on the internet, it's going to be there.
No, I don't think I could get any younger than you.
I once had a boyfriend that told me he doesn't date anyone over 25, and I was 21 at the time. So
He said that?
Yeah, he's like, 4 years is your expiration, and he like wasn't kidding.
See, and that's something where she said that somebody she dated said that, like, listen to this, hang on.
21 at the time. So
He said that?
Yeah, he's like, 4 years is your expiration.
No, I don't think I could get any younger than you.
I once had a boyfriend that told me he doesn't date anyone over 25, and I was 21 at the time. So
He said that?
Yeah, he's like, 4 years is your expiration, and he like wasn't kidding.
He must have been greatly disturbed.
And he was like 50.
Now she's saying that she was dating a 50-year-old when she was like, what she say, 21, that said her expiration date when she was 25. This woman says so much stuff. And then the other video I showed you, she said that this was her first boyfriend basically ever, boyfriend and girlfriend. And then she makes references back to that other guy that did that video saying he's done nothing but be supportive. And now she's talking about some 50-year-old. See what I mean? It's like I swear to God, the amount of made up bullshit underneath these sunglasses, I think it would fill a chest, oh shit, for screwed to chest. It would fit a barge trailer at this point.
So weird. But, was he a horrible person?
Yeah.
Well, you know how to pick him.
Jason tried to pep talk me because I was depressed about being 30, and this lady pulls up next to us and she goes, "Let him love you. I'm 61. You're gonna be a."
And this is where she's just going, she's telling everybody about how fabulous she is. There's a few things here though I'm gonna highlight. This is where she wants him to take video of him.
Listen, here's the thing.
You can't see you. All you see is a neck.
No one wants to see.
And I notice he does this a lot too. And again, it's almost like he's walking on eggshells, and he'll constantly give her affirmations about that she's a good person, blah, blah, blah. And if you're dating someone and, they have a low self-esteem, or they're constantly, there's also a lot of people that will fish for compliments and shit like that. So I don't know, but I thought this was worth highlighting, that he's done it several times.
I want to see you.
You're the star. Everybody knows that.
She says, you can't see you. And he says, nobody can see me. They all want to see you. You're the star. Everybody knows that.
And just, like, I just want you to just stop and look around, and you don't need anything else. You have everything. You're so smart, and you're so talented, and you're so funny, and everybody wants to be with you. Everybody. People call you nonstop.
You want to be with me?
Yeah, I want to be with you. Why the fuck do you think I'm here? God damn it. I want to choke you sometimes.
Is that my birthday present?
And I get that impression too. I think she constantly asks him, "Do you want to be with me? You want to be with me?" And I'm going to tell you something. At some point, I think men, especially, he's got some age on him, so he's mature. He's been in a marriage. He's had children. Like, try to understand that sometimes people need reassurance. But if you're in a committed relationship and you're committed to the person, there's nothing more annoying than having someone constantly ask you, "Are you want to be with me? Are you sure you want to be with me? Are you sure you don't want somebody else? Do you look at?" I mean, like, I'm telling you, that will push someone away. Them constantly challenging or questioning whether or not you want to be with them, because then they start thinking to themselves, "Well, does this person really want to be with me?" You know what I mean?
Whatever you want, but
Really?
sure.
Aw.
But you know what? Just be happy. You have so much. You have so much.
Except you can't buy time.
Look at me. I'm 40. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
We're in the way. Sorry about
He's trying to tell her to be grateful for what she has and tell her she has so much.
that. Great job, Trisha. Maybe we should go to a therapist, and we'll talk out our problems.
It's not a good thing on my birthday to bring up. I will.
But like, you're 30.
And this is what he says. Maybe we should go to a therapist.
You have your whole life.
Nobody found therapy?
Oh my God, that would be such a great series.
And see, immediately when therapy's brought up, she says, "Hey, can we film therapy?" And he's like, "Oh, that would be a great series." So it's like their mind is always in the back of their mind. Everything is like a movie, like a reality show. It's like, even though you would think maybe this is trying to be an intimate moment, can you really believe that? Because they're filming it. It's like the film outside of a damn grocery store, it looks like, standing there. That's so weird. And then talking about doing therapy, and then be like, "Oh, can we film it?" And him be like, "Oh, that's a great series." That is so messed up. Like, they're constantly thinking about how can we get views, or how can we get clicks, or how. I mean, both of them are guilty of that. In this scenario right here.
Couples therapy. We probably could get Dr. Jen, the one that goes on TV and does couples therapy. We probably could do that.
Okay, and then I'll skip a little bit ahead. There's a couple things in here that are very interesting.
The down payment. I can pay the down payment.
Pre-order the
I think that's where she says something about buying her Lamborghini or something. I might need to go back a tad bit. Look at this non-skippable shit there, Trisha. I don't doubt that because you ain't got enough. You lost your frenemies podcast, and now you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Something's up though, but yeah, I think that that's when he says that. I hate these.
I can hit.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
We're on our
Jason said whatever I want today I can get, so I just grabbed everything that was at the register.
We're on our way to Lamborghini.
Yeah.
I can pay the down payment. You wanna go get it?
No.
Let's do it.
No.
Oh my god, what a great fucking video.
see again, what a great video! Like it is. It's like these two people's heads live in YouTube. Like it's like I think that the majority of their lives are YouTube. It's like they're not worried about having a real life, real connection, real friends, real anything. It's all make believe, and they've done it to themselves because this has made them rich. Especially her. This fake shit and doing controversy and creating drama and doing clickbait has made her a lot of money. So there's the morals, they're out the damn window. To do anything and everything to get the view, that's the number one priority.
Boyfriend brought me a Lamborghini, sort of. Sort of.
Sort of. A down payment's a big deal.
Good, I can do the down.
See, but it's like the constant talking about, again, about content and series and uploads. And I find that kind of crazy. And again, this is another one of these little snippets of where it was a little interesting thing that got brought up during their conversation. I'll just let it play.
Do you like me less or more than you did when we first met?
Oh god, without question, I like you way more.
But was it more exciting when you first met me than it is now?
No, it's way more fun now.
You think?
Yeah.
Jason's opposite in all relationships. He told me something yesterday about
See, and here it comes.
being in a relationship. I won't say what it was, but he said something about when he's in a relationship, and I'm like, that's usually the opposite. People get in relationships to feel like more comfortable about something, and I'm like, it's weird.
No, I just wish you would like give things time and not.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
But let me explain myself. Like if I feel like if you gave me a chance to explain myself sometimes, but then even then it's like you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it.
Well, it's like.
So see, it's like what I got the impression in there. Again, this is just my theory, my thoughts on it. And he's like, if I could, basically, if anything, I wish you would just basically, I hear not jump to conclusions, not accuse him of something he didn't do, like give him time to explain himself or something like that. Because
like,
again,
I just wish you would like
To feel like more comfortable about something, and I'm like, it's weird. And I'm like, that's usually the opposite. People get in relationships to feel like more comfortable about.
See, no, I don't know what she's talking about. Yes, you start dating someone, but you don't immediately off the rip trust them. You don't know. Maybe there are those situations. I've known people that have literally dated for 6 months or something, end up getting married together, their whole lives. But for the most part, you meet someone, you date them, you build that trust, you build that bond. It takes a while for you to get to know people's ins and outs. Everybody's always on their best behavior in the beginning. And then, as my grandmother used to say, their horns and tail grow, and all the crap that's going to annoy you comes out. And that's when you determine whether or not it's some crap you can put up with because the good outweighs the bad, or if they're farting Dutch oven in the middle of the night, it's going to just drive you up the wall. Like, anybody been in a relationship understand what I'm saying? These things, that thing sounds small, but you add up 20 of those things that just drive you up the wall, and you don't compensate it with the good things. Like don't be like, do things really nice for you, or, have your back, or, I don't know. Those little things can add up and like it really drive you crazy at the end of the day. So yeah, I thought that was interesting that he said that in that section. So I'm going to let that repeat just listen.
Relationship, and I'm like, that's usually the opposite. People get in relationships to feel like more comfortable about something, and I'm like, it's weird.
No, I just wish you would like give things time and not.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
But let me explain myself. Like if I feel like if you gave me a chance to explain myself sometimes, but then even then it's like you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it.
Well, it's my birthday. Let's focus on the positive.
Okay,
Jason gave me a lap dance this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You guys should have seen.
But again, see, there's those trinkets of like, okay. And this is another one that I found very interesting, and I'll let this play, and then I'll tell you. Listen.
Peace. Oh my
So just let her out of the car. She's walking.
God. Oh man, things we do for love, huh? I'm gonna leave the camera on, so she'll know we weren't talking about it. Yeah.
Now imagine what he just said. I'm gonna leave the camera on, so she knows we weren't talking about her. Let me tell you something right now. If you're in a relationship, I don't give a shit if both of you have YouTube channels and both of you vlog portions of your life. If you feel like you're in a relationship where you are better off leaving your camera rolling so the other person doesn't come back and accuse you of talking shit about them behind their back, so to have evidence you keep the camera rolling, you might want to rethink what kind of relationship you're in. If that person can't trust you enough that like what you say is you won't talk about them, even if you did, you're talking to a friend and getting something off your chest, they need proof because they don't trust you. Let that shit sink in for a minute. That's disturbing to say the least. I'm gonna leave the camera on so she knows we're not talking about her. That wasn't a joke there. This is another one I played a little bit of earlier, but this is also telling where he went and that's when he went out and got his house. And she was throwing a fit up and through here and all kinds of shit as well. I mean, a little bit earlier, but this is the part where she says, she's like, he asked her what she's going to do with her car. And she says something very chilling that winds up coming true.
Crash into your new house.
So you're upset about that?
Crash into your new house. But also I feel like,
what are you going to do with your Lamborghini?
Crash into your new house.
So you're upset about that?
No.
And then here comes the gaslighting. First off, oh no, you're not upset. She did the same thing with that Ethan guy from H3H3. I've seen her do it multiple times. Where she'll say, and like she did that shit with the 5% stuff, be investigating that stuff, where she'll sit here and put you on trial, stick you up there in the dag interrogation seat, where literally she acts like she's putting you on prosecution, the prosecuting attorney, and you are like, the person that's sitting there trying to fight for their life. And she'll say all this stuff with this tone, an accusatory tone, and try to gaslight people into making the person feel bad for something. And then about, well, this is you're really upset. No, I'm not. No, I'm not mad. I never said I was mad. Don't put words in my mouth. What? Yeah, again. Your actions speak louder than words.
I'm not mad about it. I know it's going to be cold and empty anyway, so.
See, like, I'm not mad about it, but.
No, I'm not mad about it. I know it's going to be cold and empty anyway, so. It's like your last house, just depressing every time you walk inside.
She said it's probably going to be cold and empty anyway, like your last house. It was all cold and depressing when we were. Like, see what I mean? Like, no, I'm not mad, but let me just drag the other place you lived and talk about how shitty that was. Like, yeah, that's great. That sounds like a person taking it quite well.
No, it's gonna be nice.
Okay, I love you.
And then this is again. Every one of, I guarantee you out there know people like this shit, where she insults, then says she's not mad, then insults, and then it's like
every time you walk inside of it.
It's gonna be nice.
House.
Okay.
And then does that okay, and then it's like when these people when they feel like they're crossing a line or they're starting to piss the other person off, they'll sling like some kind of Hail Mary comment out there to try and act like the other 5 derogatory things didn't happen.
Yeah, that's all I care about. Of it.
No, it's gonna be nice.
Listen.
Okay, I love you. That's all I care about. I don't care.
I love you. That's all I care. That's all I care. It says I love you. That's all I care about is I love you.
Love with whoever you want. Do whatever you want.
Well, I think we need to work some things out, and once we do.
Then it says we need to work, sing things out. And I'm, again, please tell me in the comments if I got this wrong, because I can't watch 7 million hours of damn content. But I noticed this in a lot of these things that are pulling up these old videos and trying to go through this. Because a lot of things would say that he would make comments to her. And I know, like, they were doing that one show that it says that, they were both overweight or whatever, commenting on them both or something. And then I go back and listen to all the things that she said to him like this. Again, but anyway, in these videos, he will constantly say things like, well, maybe we need to just go talk to someone. Maybe we got some things we need to work through. And her answer, well, we need to get married. 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 And I'll highlight something to you, something else that came out, that let's get down to the marriage, who was really on board to be committed?
What? No. And once we do,
what?
I think we need to work some things out. And once we do,
what?
No.
Do we get married today? The Beverly Hills Courthouse.
And then he said, we need to work some things out. And she was like, what? He's like, I swear that's what he said was,
No.
Do we get married today?
And then it immediately goes to, can we get married? Like she didn't hear a damn thing he just said. Now, if you're sitting across the table from someone you're supposed to be in a committed relationship with, and then you have done videos talking about how you're jealous and you don't trust him, but then you have an 18+ only website, right? And then you talk about how you're not mad about their new house, but then you talk about driving your car through it. Okay. And then, he says, listen, maybe we just need to do some therapy and work some things out, and says all that. And then her response is, let's go get married. Do you think that person's listening to you?
Those courthouse is open for marriages.
Can we get married?
That's some sort of commitment, at least.
That's some sort of commitment. So in her mind, the only commitment in a relationship where you should logically jump if you're having issues is marriage.
I don't know.
That'd be fun.
Fun. See, your ideal of marriage is just that it's fun.
I think we need to work some things out.
He says it again. And her response is, we'll do it after we get married.
That'd be fun.
I think we need to work some things out.
We do it after we get married.
No. Before.
We're right here. We're in Beverly Hills right now.
It wouldn't be very responsible. It's just a house for us to film in. That's it.
It's not. It's a house you're living in and making.
Remember, she said she didn't care. She loved him, and that was all that mattered. Now we're cutting fast forward. They got some damn, crab cakes, apparently. That, by the way, looks very delicious. Whoever you are, I would love me a crab cake. I live in the middle of damn Tennessee. Well, anyway.
Your home, you're buying.
I don't think I need to date someone for 8 months and necessarily have to move in with them right away.
It's not a big deal. I'm like,
think about who is saying what in this conversation. Who is being the responsible one saying, no, we don't need to move in together. We've only been dating 8 months. I don't think I need to live with somebody. And who's acting like a spoiled fucking brat in this scenario.
Letting it go, I just definitely can't come to that house.
But if you're just going to be so staunch, then it's going to put even more stress on everything.
It's not. I'm happy with us. I'm happy with you. And you got to do what you got to do. You got to film more with people. I get it. It's your job. I'm not mad. It hurts to be alone every night, but what am I going to go find?
I'm not mad. Doesn't matter. It hurts to be alone every night. I'm telling you right now, if you know somebody like this that will sit there and cut you and cut you and cut you, and then the minute they start to see you might be bleeding too profusely and might walk away from them because you don't want to be around the sharp knife anymore, and they hurry up and try and slap a Band-Aid on it real fast, so you don't. It's this push and pull shit. It's the cast the line out in the middle of the water and jerk the bait in front of your face until they finally figure out, you decide that they think that you're going to, turn around and swim off, and then they'll let you have a nibble of the worm's ass. You know what I mean? It's like this constant situation where you really care about someone and you want to be with them, but that person is all about manipulating you and to do what they want you to do, but they fish it to you in a way slowly but surely. That's what she brings out. I think marriage all the damn time. I don't know what just happened here. Oh, there we go. Okay. But that's what people do. That's it. I'm telling you.
Find someone else.
But you can come stay.
Talk about manipulation. It's bad. Hang on. You find this one. I'm just gonna throw this one in there because the look on his face got me here.
And then today I'm like, you want to film with David? I'm like,
Well, maybe we could Uber back.
I thought you're into fitness. Oh, sorry. Someone did say that.
Like, do you see that? How he like looked down at her, like, you know what I mean? And remember, if the roles were reversed, what would she say about this situation if he had done that? See, he puts his hands on me and then it's not okay. Like, you know, but again, I'm so sick of this double standard bullshit where it's like these women act like they're these big ass victims, but they go smack a man or some shit. And all of a sudden it's that they need to grow some balls. But the woman will use it as a way to act like she's been victimized. Like, pick one. What's
Well, maybe we could Uber back.
I thought you're into fitness. Oh, sorry. Someone did say that.
I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then she's like, oh, sorry. And then just rambles on, you know? Yeah. She would try to cancel somebody for something
never
less.
abusive to you. And we should have sex on his couch or his bed.
See, somebody said I'm never abusive to you.
You're into fitness. Oh, sorry. Someone did say that. I said I never abusive to you. And we should have sex on his couch or his bed.
On the cloud?
On the cloud. Sex on the
I
cloud.
did get a new couch. It would be amazing.
That would be fun.
Okay. Wow. You never say stuff like
No,
that.
I'm not gonna do that. I have children.
How do you think they got made?
I mean, it would be fun if
I
David wasn't
just thought
around.
about that. I want to puke.
And then he says, I'm not going to, again, think how this person mind works. He just said something about doing something on the couch where he said, I'm not doing that. I have kids. And then she was like, Bleh. I just thought, listen to this.
I mean, it would be fun if David wasn't
I just
around.
thought about that. I want to puke.
Ugh. I just thought about that. I want to puke. Like, this is the level of maturity in this person's mind. This is not a role model for kids.
Oh, come on. You know what?
Trisha hates your kids because she knows they were conceived by sex.
Every time he says I found the love of my life, he brings up an ex-girlfriend. If you do, I swear to God, I will choke you out right here. And I'm not even kidding. He was going up in front of me. Give me your arm. I said, slow down. And then you like, speed up.
Playing only.
Yeah, you're right.
I just say it's like it's a constant. There's several of these. It's almost worth bringing them up. I don't want to do that tonight. I can if y'all want it. Put it in the comments. Bringing up the little snippets of every time the things that she has said, where it's like these little comments that get flung up, like when she did the about his kids, you know, like stuff like that. Like, I'm sorry, you're a parent. You mess with somebody's kids. That's not funny. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care if it's for a vlog or for your Christmas. I don't give a shit. Like, they're making that kind of comment. This is this man's kid's mother. And in regards to their marriage, and you try, trust me, when you have children, you try to keep some resemblance of a cordial relationship with them because you have kids in the mix. And you do it for the sake of those children. So again, this shit's on YouTube. These kids are going to get older. And then mother is going to wonder, you know, who her kids are hanging out with, as any good mother would want to. Then go back and watch this video of her acting like she's gagging in the back of a car because she's the one that conceived them. Ain't going to go over well. I wouldn't think it would. Another one where he cracks something, had a joke, and she makes this derogatory comment about, this is why you didn't make it up last comic standing. Like, imagine again if he had said this shit to her. This is why you'd never be a supermodel, because I mean, you know, you don't have the figure. This is the same equation.
Right, there's nothing.
That's why you didn't make up as standing.
Oh.
That's why you weren't a finalist in Last Comic Standing.
Oh, really?
Anytime I ask Jason, come on,
funny.
Last Comic Standing, he gets so embarrassed. No, don't watch it. I want to find it just to see how terrible it was.
I want to find it just to see how terrible it was. She's talking about him and the thing he tried really hard to become. So anybody out there that ever, like, again, all I could find is that people's controversy was some of the things the comments he made about her weight. I could find you dozens and dozens and dozens of these underhanded digs that she took at him over and over and over and over again. I can find you a handful of times that he insinuated something about her weight. By the way, she's also the one that's come out and said things about her weight to him, calling herself that. So, you know, I don't think he ever, again, I mean, that's total manipulation, but hang on. I mean, and it goes on and on and on and on. Wait, listen.
This is something your stupid ass would do, not me.
Team 2.
This is something your stupid ass would do, not me. I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry if I feel like I repeat myself, but I think it's necessary. Reverse the roles. If he had said all these things to her, not just about the weight, not just saying something about her weight and saying, oh, yeah, you could walk, a few miles with me if you wanted to, or yeah, we're both overweight or whatever. I'm talking about all insulting his career, insulting him as a comedian, and saying he's calling him stupid. Like all these things, like constantly saying that, how she's going to run her car into his house and how his other house was so boring and didn't have anything going for it. And this next one was going to be the exact same way. But hey, let's go get married. Like, imagine being in that tornado and then having these persons fling insults about everything from your age. By the way, she mocked him for his age, called him an old man, shit like that, all the way to his career. And what she has to go on a handful of times has been making fun of her weight. Again, I could show you so many examples of her doing this to this guy over and over and belittling him and berating him in front of people by themselves. And I need to get to the bottom of that Bora Bora thing, because I went and watched that again, clickbait headline about honeymoon. But I watched that whole thing, and you could tell it's almost like a night's missing. And he looks a little defeated, but supposedly he chased her so bad that night or whatever, like he was legit scared of her. And I know something like that happened. Again, we can equate him saying things about her size and her weight versus somebody physically making you physically feel like they're trying to put their hands on you or put their hands on you, or mocking them relentlessly over several different levels of their life. You tell me what you think is worse, because I'll tell you which one I do. And it ain't the somebody making fun of somebody's weight a handful of times. This woman does mukbangs on her YouTube channel where she gorges herself on food, and that's how she made a shit ton of money. Called herself fat. Remember the two conflicting TikTok where one said she liked to gain weight because it made her less attractive, and the other one said she would like shave 15 years off her life if she could be skinny. This is coming from this person. Yeah.
Team 2 of Team 1.
You think I'm gonna die?
You might be the
see, listen.
first. You say
Team 2.
Team 2 of Team 1.
You think I'm gonna die?
You might be the first. You say I get.
She tries to say they're a team 2, then she looks at them as team 1. Like all these insults and shit, she has no issues flinging out. But God forbid you say something bad about her Pepsi Cola can, and you know what? You are the worst thing since, I don't know. You're the worst thing since a lawnmower. I don't even know how to equate it. It's like how dare you say something about my Pepsi Cola in my can? Can you believe he said that? It wasn't even a Pepsi, it was a Coke. Like, what are you talking about? That's how I feel sometimes watching this shit.
I'll get jealous.
I
can get jealous.
Show it more.
I don't know if you're wondering why I brought that up. It's like that's how I feel like listening to her. We'll be talking about one subject. She'll be like lawnmower, squirrel, space alien. Like it's that random.
Like Christian Grey.
You want to get married on Valentine's Day?
Yeah. Actually, it's a perfect day because it's Wednesday and
Brings it up again. Listen, talking about marriage again. This is apparently, but remember, what she's told right now is how horrible he was to her and all this. He's the one that keeps deflecting the marriage conversation, and she's the one that keeps bringing it up while they're having all these issues.
Beverly Hills Courthouse, you can only get married on Wednesdays.
We have a long time to get married.
All right, well then you better plan something pretty epic for Valentine's Day, since I'm a pretty epic girlfriend that plans epic trips for you.
I hate planning. It's so much pressure to plan.
Jason, if we don't do anything and the vlog finds out and Instagram finds out, I'm like, wow.
See what she right there shaming him? If we don't do anything and the vlog finds out or Instagram finds out or whatever, like who gives a shit what Instagram and TikTok or Twitter or her people watching her show think about what he's doing for her on a holiday? It doesn't matter what they think. Her trying to use that as a battering ram for him to do more, again, not a good girlfriend, a toxic motherfucking person. That's what that is.
Wow.
What will happen? I'll be called an asshole online.
Forever. They're gonna be like, wow, Jason really doesn't.
See what she's trying to use this shit.
I'll
being called an asshole online.
No, again, you're wondering how she's used this as a weapon against him is because he's also creates content, puts it online, and that's how he makes a living. So she's sitting here saying that she's going to have his reputation ruined if he don't do enough for her on fucking Valentine's Day. Think about this shit.
Forever. They're going to be like, wow, Jason really doesn't care about Trish because he couldn't even spend Valentine's Day with her.
A lot of pressure.
Well, you better start thinking.
Got you a helicopter and I dressed as Elvis. And I took you to
I get those experiences all the time, but like something tangible. I get you tangible things all the time, so you can like remember me. And then,
What do you get him?
Everything. Sunglasses, 5 pairs of shoes. I got him an iPad Pro. I got him a hairbrush at $200. I got him.
Bad boyfriend.
I'll be your girlfriend tonight because you don't have a credit card, so I'm the sugar mom tonight. I love that. I'm a sugar mom in all my relationships, and then I kind of feel like I have a power over somebody, so I'm always like, well.
Again, let's just pay attention to this shit. As the video we saw previously, her dragging him for not buying her enough shit, and this one, she talks about how she can't be his girlfriend because girlfriend's name because you don't have credit cards, and then says how no, just get I love it because that gives me a power over them.
I love that. I'm a sugar mom in all my relationships, and then I kind of feel like I have a power over somebody, so I'm always like, well, you know, I got paid for everything, so.
That's a bad situation for a guy to be in.
For a guy to be in?
Do you see? I mean, again, this person says the things that, again, if you're a daughter listening to this, a young girl or, a young listening to these people, he's giving sound advice. He's like, that's not a good situation to be in where you feel like someone has control over you because they have more money than you. Now, I'm sorry, what would Trisha call that? What would she call that? Wouldn't she call that like an abuse of power or grooming or manipulation? Or what is she's got a favorite thing. I have to think it up. But these influencers will reach out to like littler known people and use that. What is it called? Can't remember.
To be the sugar baby? Wait, why?
Because exactly what you said. Like you pay for everything.
Yeah.
And then like you want something in return.
I quit the show. Wait, did you watch?
I don't get Big Brother here.
You
I mean,
can.
it's in
People
England.
watch it. No, people watch it here. You're not.
I don't get
You're not
Sky.
a supporter of me like I am of you. I watch all your vlogs. I watch both of your movies. I keep up with you.
You do?
Well, again, there's another video too. I think I can bring it in where she says, I watch all your movies, all your vlogs. She did another insert where she said she didn't even know him from Vine. She'd never seen him on Vine. And then I found another video where talking about how she used to watch him all the time on Vine. Just so we're clear here. I can find the one where she said she never saw him on Vine. I would have to dig back up the one where she said she's watched him, used to watch him on Vine, and she used to always wonder why he never reached out to her as like as a female influencer to collaborate with him. She said that, but then another thing she never saw him.
Yeah, and you know nothing about me. You're like, so what about Big Brother that ended 2 months ago?
So I'm not going to tell her, by the way. I don't know why you said that earlier.
You said you thought you might.
No, I didn't. I said the guys were thinking about going back.
Are you going?
No. And what if I was?
And look how she squints her eyes at him like this shit when asking him a question. Like that's supposed to intimidate someone, or this is a look of I don't believe you or whatever. Like, I'm telling you, I'm too old enough now to be like, I'd be like, run for the fucking hills, yo. I mean, leave all your shit at your feet and just take off fucking.
No.
See?
And what if I was?
I just want to.
But yeah, I gotta give shout. This is the Jack account. It was the having toxic relationship for 12 minutes, and I'm going to show y'all a couple more, and then I'm going to be done. Yeah, and then here, as you see, the one where this is the end of another one and the beginning of another one, and this is the trash edits and Trisha then breaking up the extra fights. I found a couple of good gold mines in this one that I was like, yep, tells a lot about the story here. But this one will lead into another one where she's in the back of a car and they're talking about when they first started seeing each other, and he has to get loud with her because she's like tries to make this situation like he didn't want to date her or be with her, and he's like, this was before we were together. Like it doesn't matter in her mind the facts of the situation. She contorts it into still trying to make the person a bad person even though they're not. Like what?
Yeah, me and Todd, why we went like Scott go out.
I don't
I don't know what's gonna happen. Trisha, I'm not cheating on you.
Dang, Jason.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna cheat on you. And like,
it wasn't about cheating, babe.
But I don't want Zane and David to think that I'm cheating on you. Or
the moment I saw the text, I was like, Jason just said to everybody.
Babe, but like, I don't want you to be with me for thinking about someone else. Like, if you'd rather be with this person that you're in love with, like, that's it. I didn't think you were cheating on me at all. It's just.
And that's her voice like quiver. I didn't want you to be with me if you don't want to be with me, and if you want to be with this other person or whatever. And it's like, what are you talking about?
Like,
Trisha,
oh shit.
Isn't that gonna be crazy?
No, it's only because you said she called you November, and you're like, I didn't even text back because I was still over her. But then you said, hey, miss you in January. So it's like, why would you?
No. She called me in.
We started dating right when we got back from the Super Bowl. So did you just develop feelings?
The Super Bowl was February 4th. That was January.
He's talking about a text. See, he's talking about a text that he sent in January. And she says you started to develop feelings after the Super Bowl, and he's like, that was fucking February.
16.
So you just said you had feelings for me the week before we started dating. You're like, oh,
huh?
you developed
That's how it
feelings
works.
for me. A week before we started dating, you're like, okay, I got feelings for you.
A week before we started dating?
We were like hanging out all
I didn't have feelings for you until after we went to freaking Hawaii.
Oh.
Jesus.
That's not good. Why would we go to Hawaii together then if you didn't even like me like that?
Will you and I get married?
Now here, this is the interesting. I want you to listen to this. There's this lie detector guy. This was another one of their videos. She's up on the lie detector, and he's asking, will him and her ever get married? I want you to pay close attention to her answers, and then he gets on it and listen to his answers. Okay, this is the person that says she's jealous and that they can't trust anyone. And then she brought up getting married to him. I don't know how many times about wanting to get married. Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit.
No. Why together then if you didn't even like me like that?
Will you and I get married?
No.
True.
Oh, that's so
He
sad.
says true.
Fortune teller world. Do you think you're gonna marry Trisha?
Yes.
He does believe that.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna cry. No.
Do you think Trisha is hard to be with sometimes?
Yes.
True.
Everybody.
I spoon-fed that one to you.
Would you be with me if I wasn't doing YouTube?
Yes.
True.
Now imagine she comes out of nowhere and look at the question she wants the answer to the most. Would you still be with me if I wasn't doing YouTube? Because she is a clout chaser. She uses people for clickbait. She uses relationships to get further ahead, and then she'll dump and shit on whoever's in her way. So of course, it only makes sense for the question for her to ask is, would he be with her if she wasn't on YouTube? He says yes. The lie detector guy says that he's telling the truth. He asked her if she would be with him, marry him, and she says no. Look.
Do you think Trisha is hard to be with sometimes?
Yes.
No. Go back
He does
to.
believe that.
Oh.
Do you think you're gonna marry Trisha?
Yes.
He does believe that.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna cry. No.
Do you think Trisha is hard to be with sometimes?
Yes.
True.
Everybody.
I spoon-fed that one to you.
Would you be with me if I wasn't doing YouTube?
Yes.
True.
Damn.
Hit the drum.
Even the guy that's like filming, when he said that, he was like, damn. Because most of these people in this room care about money and care about how much another person has, or care about how somebody can further their career. Like he just got done saying he would have married her, but he would be with her if she wasn't doing YouTube. Her answer was, if she was ever going to marry him, was no. Remember that.
Have you ever been attracted to men?
I don't give a shit about all that. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you this one. This one's out there as well. This one tells a lot, where you can tell that David guy was wanting him to go to her apartment to get content. I'm going to guess Trisha was had more subs or whatever than these guys did, maybe during this time. And he's like, it was a way to get over there. He's like, hey, go with me. He wants to film some content for his channel. This is how this shit gets murky and muddy, and I don't would suggest it. Form your relationships with people that don't do the same shit you do. Okay.
Jason's in a fight with her, though.
We're broken up.
All right, we're gonna go see Trisha. Jason's in a fight with her, though.
We're broken up.
You are?
I think so. I don't know. We're fighting, and then you don't even know what's up that elevator.
I have no idea.
You have no idea, and neither do I, for that matter.
It's like, who cares if Jason knows if he's coming to your house or not?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't like being surprised going to someone's house.
Let's cut the what the going on?
David, everything's happy here. It's a harmonious.
And look how he talked. Everything's happy, and she's got this shit-eating grin on her face. And then watch what comes out of what happened, what she did.
Situation.
Oh my god, he's so dramatic.
Why?
I'm not being dramatic.
You're being so dramatic. Here we go.
Why is it so awkward in here?
And it's not. I don't know.
Did you guys get in a fight?
No, I didn't. He did.
What?
I got into a fight with myself.
I wasn't mad. I wasn't fighting it. There was nothing. I wasn't mad about anything.
Now here we go. Play the innocent. I don't know what he's talking about. I wasn't mad, but listen what this. Then let her continue on. Tell you what she did. So listen, it makes no sense that she was mad or did anything. He just wanted to leave and get the hell out of there for what? No reason? Are you kidding me?
I was mad about so many things this past week, so you can ask him. I wasn't mad about anything.
Okay, so there was a fight.
I don't know. I wasn't a fight on my end. I wasn't mad. I wasn't like upset about anything. It was a fight on his end.
On is you guys are at a roadblock in your relationship, and I sense that you guys have broken up.
I didn't think we were. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, that's what you said this morning.
What did I say?
That this is the last time I'll ever see you.
See, and then it's all funny and shit. And this is supposed to be a serious relationship, supposedly. And she's like, I didn't think we were broken up. And then he reveals that she said to him, this is the last time you're ever going to see me. You know, like.
Jason almost called 911 on me last night.
There it is. Jason almost called 911 on you.
Yeah.
Why? What were you doing?
Nothing. Like, literally.
Shut up.
I wasn't doing anything.
And look at him laughing and look at her like, yeah, okay, you were doing nothing. You don't call 911 on somebody that has done as much shit as she has done to him and said to him and all this stuff if something didn't fucking happen.
David, I'm gonna throw him under the bus.
I literally didn't do anything.
I mean, what she did, wasn't that bad.
I was blocking the door.
Again, now think of what they're saying is that bad. When you're in a situation and the argument gets escalated and one of the parties wants to leave to get away so it don't escalate even more, you let that one person leave. They're doing what's best in that situation to not escalate it. And what does she do? She does what I know women out there that are listening. You either know a friend, have a family member, or know someone that does. Of someone that has done some insecure or controlling, either or, man or a woman that does this shit. When somebody tries to leave, they hide the keys or stand in front of the door and be like, you're not going to go and all that other crap.
What she did, wasn't that bad.
I was blocking the door.
For an hour and a half.
I sat there. He went into that bedroom and I just sat there.
For an hour and a half. And yet she wasn't mad. Nothing was going on with her. But she sat in front of a door for an hour and a half to prevent him from leaving.
But then
She sat right here.
Wait.
She sat here like a prison guard. And I was like, Trisha, get out of the way. I'm going home. I want to go home. I need some time to myself. She's like, no.
Holy shit.
Is
this true?
yeah.
Like, you're not leaving. I go, I'm calling 911. She goes,
Good. Do it.
but then I thought you had priors, so I wasn't going to do that to you.
Oh my god.
How long were you there for?
An hour.
And then I went to sleep for 45 minutes, and I was like, okay, she'll probably went to sleep. And I came back, and she was just still sitting by the door.
Trisha, you sat in front of the door so your boyfriend couldn't leave?
That's true love.
No. I just sat.
Now remember, he said he went and laid down for 45 minutes. I'm gonna bet what he's not saying here is you don't just lay there for 45 minutes. He was trying to lay there so she would think he was asleep. He gets up to try and leave. Then she is still awake 45 minutes later, sitting in front of a door.
Trisha, you sat in front of the door so your boyfriend couldn't leave?
That's true love.
No. I just sat in front of my own door, and I don't think there was anything wrong with that.
It doesn't entice me as much.
Tana just called, actually. She wanted to.
And this is where this Tana joke gets brought up, and she reacts but literally, I think, taking her clothes off. And remember what she has all said this about that girl that dated the 50-year-old. I brought this up before, or people's brains not developing until they're 25. But she's in a damn house or whatever this is with two people under the age of 25, and she decides to get butt ass naked in front of these two people that she's not in a relationship. There's a boyfriend sitting right here and gets completely naked in front of them. But I've shown that thing.
Trisha, put your fucking clothes on. It's not funny.
You want to have a Tana joke?
Look.
David said that. I didn't say anything.
You made that joke.
I didn't
And then she tries to say she did this so they wouldn't put it in the vlog. And again, this woman's been doing YouTube for how long at this point? She knows all you got to do a black box. It's a bullshit. It's a lie.
This relationship is over.
Guys, her dress is literally off. Oh my God. Natalie, are you
This is a complete jacked up situation. Look, see, there's the girl sitting on the couch.
You think it's so funny to make a threesome joke.
Go in there and fucking stay in there. I didn't make the joke, he did. I don't want to have a threesome with Tana.
guys, shit.
Like, again, so there's so much of this stuff. It is kind of shocking. I mean, it continues on and on. I will show you this one thing, though. Hang on a second. Here is this one. And I can go back and probably find the one I was talking about that she says about how she used to watch him on Vine and couldn't believe he never called to collaborate. But here's this one where she says she never knew him. Listen.
Like, drawn to you. Like, even if it, like, I don't know how to explain it. Because, like, I never met you before last year. Like, I didn't know who you were. I never saw you on Vine. I was like, oh, he's so hot. I want to get to know him. You know what I mean? It was just like, but it was weird. Like, when we met, I was like, ooh. There's like an energy there, you know?
Yeah.
I never saying that she like watches herself eat.
When we went on our first date, I was surprised that I could see that you were like kind of into the date. I was surprised.
Really?
Yeah, I expected you to be like, okay, I'll just film, then we'll go home.
Well, because I thought it was real. I tell you that all the time. Like, I thought it was an actual date. Like, you actually wanted to date me.
I could see you were trying hard.
Really? Wait, why?
I could just see you were trying hard, which I thought was
How?
kind of weird.
Give me an example.
Like, I don't know, just like walking through the grove and you were like, like very responsive and very like answering questions and trying to be accommodating.
And she doesn't. So I'm gonna let the horse nest blown out of here. I think I've shown enough. There's even more that could be shown. I just thought it was important for the things that I had heard about. Again, and I'm no expert on this subject matter. I am not. I have done quite a bit of research. I will give myself credit here, but just the amount of times, and there's more. I mean, there's more. I've heard the underhanded comments, insults to his career, the insults to his age, his intelligence. I mean, it is all these things. And then she, plays the victim like she was the one that was belittled. I just find it, like I find most things with Trisha Paytas, is disingenuous, and she never takes accountability for the things that she has done, and she'll constantly try and act like things are in her past. And the next one, I think I'm going to go, I'll do another part of someone else that she didn't mind stepping all over to try and deflect from the controversy that was surrounding her. Again, I believe this is a trend with this woman. I believe that she will use people in situations and make other people out to be horrible human beings as a way to try and make herself look better, feel better, deflect from her, again, the negative press she's getting. That is just what she does. And don't even get started on these little self-help videos she's doing, like the one she did with mocking Britney Spears. Again, no, she is nothing like Britney Spears. Nothing. By no stretch of the imagination. And so, again, this is just what we have to deal with in this world. And there's more like her out there. I'm thinking about doing maybe something too. By the way, thanks, guys, for all the support. I've gotten, I think I got like, 450, 470 more subs before I get to that 1,000 goal, stuff like that. So that's awesome. I really do appreciate it. And I would like to do other things besides her. And there's just so much competition on YouTube about so many people doing great jobs and covering different content. I am from the South. If y'all want to gear me into something that you would like, I'm a pretty much jack of all trades. I've thought about even covering some of the weirder stories around where I live about some really bad people that did some really bad things that didn't get really national news coverage, but they're pretty horrifying. And since it's so close to Halloween. But you guys let me know. Again, I appreciate the support, the comments. You guys have been great. And shout out to that person that said Andy was probably Trisha, by the way, that gave me the negative one about not understanding how business works. And with that, please hit the sub button. A lot of people watching my content that aren't subbing, that really does matter, and thumbs it up. And always leave me a comment if you have something you want to suggest for me to watch. And with that, I'm out of here. Thanks, guys. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'm recording this on Friday night. I'll try to upload it tomorrow. And so have a good night.